What is going on, everybody? It is me, Raven Blackwood, and today we're going to be starting with a new kind of thing. I completely rebranded. I just didn't feel right about certain things, if that makes sense. Like, I really didn't. But, so now we can restart. And the grainy San Andreas footage is actually due to the fact I had the graphics wrong. You guys will see me correct it in the playback volume. And today we're going to be talking. It's going to be more of a rant video, alright? It's going to be more of a rant video. And I'm wondering if I go like this, if I full screen it out. Oh. Well, I broke everything. I'll be right back. So, I was talking to a wall, and I have to back up my background footage. How's that for a comeback to YouTube, huh? You guys all know who I was eventually, but that person is gone. So, yeah, things changed. Got a new VTuber model. I'll make a whole update video on that. I am locking in on YouTube, by the way. This is one of 3 videos you're getting. So, yeah. So basically what I learned is everything my parents told me that was gonna happen didn't really happen. Like, at all. Like, if I'm being dead ass honest, I was not expecting half of the shit that pregnancy was about. Like, nobody told me an umbilical cord looks like one of those old ass telephone fucking wires. Nobody told me they come out looking gray, like the color. Like, Ford and Audi and all that have Nardo gray. Yeah, that color. Like, he was gray as fuck, and I didn't know that was going to happen. Now, my son's 2 months old, and I didn't expect him to be as easy as he is. Most people say, like, oh, my kid screams his head off. But no, my son isn't like that at all. My son legitimately only cries when he needs something 99% of the time. Right now, he's kind of going through a rough patch because he's a little bit gassy and stuff because he's at that age. He's at uh, the 8 week age where things are just completely off the bonker rails of extreme and stuff like that. But what I've learned, right, is it's just most of the time. I guarantee if you ask your parents this, most of the time, you don't know what the fuck you're doing as a parent. Like, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. When he cries, I try to feed him. If that doesn't work, I try to burp him. If that doesn't work, I check his diaper. If that doesn't work, then I cuddle him. If that doesn't work, well, you just gotta let him sit for a minute. And I'm not saying like I leave the room or anything like that, any diabolical, like, stupid shit like that. But like, I just sit him down and let him cry for a minute, and then I retry the process again, you know what I mean? So I'll retry that process over and over again until I get kind of like a general idea of what's wrong with him. I'm not always 100% sure. And I feel like every parent's kind of that way, you know what I mean? Like, it's just more along the lines of you have to kind of learn what coos and what sounds mean what. And I did learn those throughout, like, the time because no, my wife didn't leave me, and no, my son is not out of my life. It's just, it feels so weird and different because it's like, it's something that will change your life for the better or the worse depending on who you are, and you're never ready for it. Like, I was not ready for this thing to scream at me at 4 o'clock. I thought babies just slept all the time, yada yada. No, he will wake up whenever he goddamn wishes to and demand his 24/7 room service. Now, I love my little gremlin, and that's what I'm going to call him on my channel. You guys don't need to know his name. Um, you guys know my name. I'm Ash, but I'm Raven Blackwood now. And so yeah, what I just it just threw me off the loop. Like, first off, you have to stay at this fucking hospital, and let me tell you, it's not like the most pleasant experience, like staying at the hospital, because for the first like hours, like when you go in there to either like get induced or your water broke or whatever, uh she's not allowed to have anything but like bread and like soda and like stuff like that, like non really feeling stuff. So like it sucked ass. I won't even lie, it sucked complete ass because I was hungry, I was thirsty, but like I'm not gonna make my girlfriend watch me eat, so I didn't. And I thought I was gonna be able to game, but I just got like done working the previous day, and like I had to mentally prepare myself, which I that didn't work. Guess what? It still didn't make me ready. You'll never be ready. You're never ready for a kid. No, no, no. If this is your first baby, you are never ready. If I had another baby, like say in 2 years, I'd know what's going to happen. But because this was my first kid, definitely not. Like, there's no fucking way that this fucker was cooking for 9 months. And I thought I had everything figured out. Like, I'd be dead ass honest. I thought that, like, it was going to be a lot harder. Like, I know for some people, raising a child is, like, harder than ever living fuck. And I understand that completely. But from my point of view, raising my child isn't that bad. Like, for the first few weeks, it's hell because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know the possible things he could want. You don't know the things that he can do. But just through learning, like talking to the doctor every time we get a checkup, um, going and basically researching shit from trusted websites, stuff like that. It teaches you so much about, like, you know, you gotta do this when they want this, and oh, you better have grime water on hand because if they get gassy, they're going to scream at the top of their little lungs. And some babies hate being naked. Mine hates being naked. So he will scream as soon as you take his diaper off to change him. He also hates bathing. He will scream at the top of his lungs like bloody murder. I don't know why he does that. I don't understand why he does it. But we don't question it, okay? We don't question it. He just does it. He's a little nugget. He doesn't understand what's going on in the world. And it kind of does like get you frustrated a little bit. But you got to remember the baby is not going to hate you if you just set him down for a minute to let him cry. Like, obviously you don't, like, as long as he's in a safe area and you are frustrated, it is 99% better to just let him sit, let him lay down and walk out for like 2 or 3 minutes. Like, I had to go through a bunch of like these videos at the hospital before I could even take my baby home. And it kind of just I wasn't expecting anything like this. And now that I know it's like this, it's going to be completely different. Now, do I regret having a baby at my age? Yes and no. Like, I wish it was some days I wish I did it earlier because uh news flash, I'm not a teenager behind this camera. I'm an adult. I am Gen Z, but I'm an adult. So, I'm a little bit older and I have autism. So, it's like I'm kind of glad I didn't have the baby younger because I used to have very bad anger issues. So that kind of the argument for why I'm happy that I have him now is because I can completely focus on that without having to worry about me getting really, really mad. Now, another thing that I wasn't expecting is just like the hassle of trying to get him ready to go anywhere is very, very difficult. You don't master the art instantly, as so it was told. Good luck, babe. You don't master the art, so it's told, for a very long while. I'm no longer afraid to take him in the car anymore. Like when I first got him, I was so afraid to take him anywhere because I thought, if we get into a car crash or this or that. But that kind of faded just due to the fact of the matter of I believe in myself. I believe in the way I drive. I drive very differently when I'm have the little nugget with me, the little gremlin, than when I drive by myself. Like when I drive by myself, I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of the boys. I do pulls. I sometimes when I get like when all of the boys are in the truck, we weave a little bit. Like we don't ever do anything that's like no hezzy, but we do some hood rat driving. Like we take the corners a little fast. We might cut up traffic a little bit, not like dangerously because I don't live in a densely populated area. I live in a fucking town out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much, and then farmland for everywhere else. So basically, I learned to be confident in myself in the way that I drive. And I learned that it's okay to make mistakes. It is 110% okay to make mistakes. And you just gotta accept that, you know. You're gonna make mistakes as a parent. What's been hard with my autism in particular is every time I go to shower or something, I worry about him more than myself. So, as making this video, it is a Wednesday, my dude, but I have not showered since Sunday. And it's not because I'm disgusting or like I want that to happen. It's more I'm entrenched in my son. I want to take care of him. I want to make sure he's doing okay. But it's just something that happens, Like you never kind of expected it to happen like that, yet it does. And it's kind of a magical moment, I'm not gonna lie, like holding him and being happy and just making sure that he's okay. And I honestly would never ever trade anything for him. I absolutely adore my son. I'm happy I had him. Being autistic and having a son, it's different. Like me and my partner both have autism. But at the end of the day, I really don't have any like negative thoughts about my kid. He's always kind of like been a happy little guy, and that's what I adore. I've never had a negative thought. I've never had a thought about hurting him, and he fills my day up. He makes me smile when I'm having a bad day. And yeah. So it's just like kind of different. You'll get used to it. I've kind of gotten used to him being in my life now. You think you're now if you're like my cousin or someone else like that, you think the baby's going to ruin your life. It's not. You'll be able to do all the fun stuff alone with your partner again one day. You'll be able to go out on the fancy dinners again one day. You just got to enjoy your time with the little bean cuz every step he takes growing up, he's going to get more and more independent and you're going to want more and more time with the little one. So yeah, that was kind of like my first reaction to being a first time parent. I've heard horror stories on Reddit and all that stuff about being a parent, but I'm kind of glad I didn't fully listen and that I just kind of decided to power through it. And I enjoy every day with my son, and I enjoy every day with my partner. And yeah, if you guys want to hear more of like these kind of just little relaxation rant stories, let me know. I love making content, and I'm so glad to be back. You guys are going to get 3 back-to-back-to-back episodes. So yeah, if you guys liked the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's been quite a while since I made a video worth actually sharing. I was going to turn this into my car channel, but I'm just going to turn my other channel into a car channel and keep that separate. But yeah, I was formerly Stumpus. It's now me, Raven Blackwood, and I am out. Now, please, for the love of God, leave me alone. Goodbye.